I'm emitting Cal to the screen. Setting up meeting for custom streaming service. Boom, we are live. Again, Learn to Code Live, episode 12, right? 12, yes, 12. Creating mass FOMO with a Bitcoin tracker. Today, we got me, Michael Z, Alan, Nick, and Kyle up in the house. And just to recap real quick where we left off last time. So we picked out what features we wanted for our application. And those features included cool icons, cool retro display and view, a keyboard shortcut to Doge. It's going to mimic console app and take user input from commands. A help feature, so obviously just like display a help menu if help's typed. Bitcoin ticker plus all other cryptos that we decide to include in here. Rocket ship animations, fog animations, and that's all of the features. And as far as the tech goes, I think we all decided we're going with Binance API. We're gonna go with custom styling. I don't know why the fuck we're doing that, but let's do it. And so far as we're aware, it should just be HTML, CSS, and JavaScript based. Unless we get to the point where we need to use a DB, and then in that case, we can figure it out when we get to it. So one question I had real quick, like, what were we gonna need the DB for again? Or what could we possibly need the DB for?
I think we'd only need a database if we wanted to store like historical data and didn't want to have to query it again from.
Or what could we possibly need the DB for? What historical data are we going to need to store? That's what I'm thinking. Like, it's something from the users, right? So something that the user would.
Always being market data. I mean, if we want user logins, if we want to send people notifications or whatever. I don't know if we need it now.
Okay. All right. So what's next? We start getting our hands dirty in code. I'm gonna look at Binance API again real quick. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Binance actually has docs on the GitHub. So what we can do, this page has been moved. Oh, that's right. Remember that. We also got this too. Look into Bitcoin charts. Okay, this is the MVRV Z-score. We should include that too. I didn't put that in, I don't think I put that inside the features, but we should include that. Because if we start adding technologies like that, or adding features like that, I mean, maybe we could initially get it to do some trading. I don't know. All right, let's see. Limits, general info on limits. Let's see. All right, the following interval letter values for headers, seconds, minutes, hours, day, describes the amount of interval. For example, interval number 5 means every 5 minutes, the array contains object related to exchanges for our request.
And it's probably key though, it's their rate limit. So if we're using like browser consumers, not unique IPs, then we don't really care about their limit.
Yeah, so then that would be their limit then, right? Not ours.
Yeah, each customer would have their own limit. So the only issue is how many queries we need to make to do one page load.
Okay, so here's the question. Is this API going to be hit from, is it going to look like it's getting hit from our web server, or is it going to look like it's getting hit from the user who's using it? That's something we should try to figure out, right?
Yeah, it really depends on where the call originates from, right? So if you have your user's browser make the call to their API, then basically the individual user's IP is going to be limited. And we probably don't have to worry about that unless you literally have the same user like hitting your app, right? Like hundreds of times. So if you're not,
Okay, so then us having like 10 users running this at one time shouldn't be a problem, right?
I mean, yeah. Oh, well, So design-wise, once a user loads the web page and they get that initial readout of the current prices they're interested in, are you planning on having the app poll on a frequency, like every 5 seconds or every 30 seconds?
Probably, yeah.
So you can figure out, okay, so if my average user is going to be running an app that polls every 10 seconds, so that's 6 hits a minute, and I'm going to have 10 users, so you'd have 60 hits a minute. And you just need to compare that to what the Binance API gives you by default, right?
Do we know what that is? Yeah, no, I guess we need to go.
It should be on that web page somewhere.
Yeah.
Or you have to. They have a back off thing, so they'll give you a 429 if they want you to back off.
Yeah. Okay. So repeatedly violating rate limits and/or falling to back off after receiving 429s will result in an automated IP ban. Right? It's gonna be. We gotta be careful with this then. Okay. IP bans are tracked and scale in duration and repeat. Where was that? And repeat offenders from 2 minutes to 3 days. After a retry after header is sent with a 418 of or 429 response, we'll give the number of seconds required to wait. Okay, so at least we'll know when we're getting pushed there, right?
If we're making these requests in JavaScript on the customer's browser, like our IP isn't exposed to Binance at all. It's the customer's IP. And these are anonymous endpoints too.
Yeah. So, well, and then at least the users are going to know. The users are going to know when they're getting pushed. Okay. Order rate limits. Every successful order response will contain X. Okay, so you can use their API to make orders. Endpoint security type. Each endpoint has a security type that determines how you interact with it. This is starting next to the user endpoint. Okay. Sign, trade, user data. Timing security. Sign endpoint also requires parameter timestamp to be sent. Timing security. Sign endpoint examples. Simple query string. Okay. All right, let's look at limits. Let's go to endpoint security signed. Public API endpoints. Okay, that's what we'll get to. Okay, these terms we use through the documentation, so it's recommended, especially for new users, to read to help the understanding of the API. No shit. Really? Go figure. Base asset refers to the asset that is the quantity of a symbol. For the symbol BTC USDT, BTC would be the base asset. Quote asset refers to the asset that is the price of the symbol. For the symbol BTC USDT, USDT would be the quote asset. Okay, so it's that what? Okay, that makes sense. That's kind of like if you guys ever seen the Kraken UI. Yeah, I think that's pretty.
Yeah, it's exactly.
Yeah, it is exactly like that. Symbol status, pre-trading, trading, post-trading, end of day, halt, action match, break. Symbol type, spots. All right, so order status, new, partially filled, filled. What is partially filled? A part of the order has been filled. Okay, so I guess like maybe we had a specific, only a specific amount of the order is filled. All right, canceled, pending canceled, rejected, expired, OSTO status. Let's see.
I mean, this is all order information, right? So unless we actually want to execute like buy or sell orders through this Binance API, we don't really have to care about that stuff.
I'd like to at least do one, but that's not going to be until after we're finished with everything else. If we even get there after, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Account endpoints. Get back out. Let's see.
I think you want symbol price ticker, right?
Yeah, there we go. All right. So latest price for symbol or symbols. Wait one for a symbol, single symbol, two when the symbol parameter is submitted. Name symbol type string, mandatory no. If the symbol is not sent, prices for all symbols will be returned in an array. All right. So, okay, so you actually can say LTC BTC. That's the symbol. Or that's the response we're going to get, sorry. So we can use that. Okay. ETH BTC. Okay. All right, should we just get started on the code? Let's do it. Make a, all right, congratulations. We now have our index.html. All right, guys. We've done it. I've created the website. The web series is over. We can all go to sleep now.
Beautiful.
I know, it is amazing. Thank you. I'm a genius. Thank you very much.
That was easy.
Yeah, super easy, huh? So what I'm mostly concerned about is the styling of this thing. I'm not gonna be able to like. It's gonna be hard for me to style that, but fortunately, we do have a style guru in here. So
yeah, let's do all that kind of later, because all we want to do right now is figure out the really basic like interface. And like I was kind of mentioning on the last episode, you can usually decide if you want to start at like kind of the surface level UI stuff and work your way towards actually talking to a server, or you could take the opposite approach and start with just getting your raw data from the server and kind of percolating up that up to the UI, right?
I think we should do that. How do you feel about grabbing that raw data first and then bringing it up to the UI?
I'm good with that.
Okay. All right. Let's get to this guide. All right, the Hello World project is a time-honored tradition you're programming. Oh, this is a guide to creating a branch in GitHub, not for
what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to pull in their API to the project.
Oh, you can do that with like npm probably if you search npmjs.org for Binance.
Okay, let's do that.
Most likely. Yeah, Node Binance API, JavaScript, Binance.
All right, Binance API. Node.js wrapper for Binance REST and WebSocket APIs. All right.
Do we need like a API key and a secret just to fetch like symbol prices?
No, we don't.
I thought Nick said that we don't need that.
We don't need anything.
Well,
that's the thing is like you can see from the Binance documentation that if you just make like a get or a post call to that endpoint, they just send you a JSON back. So you don't really need like an API wrapper in JavaScript unless you're dealing with like something pretty like more complicated than just some basic data, right?
So are we not going to use this?
Well, it looks like you could literally just make like a regular AJAX call to like whichever particular endpoint you wanted in that documentation you had. And you're just going to get like JSON data back just like, you know, any other AJAX call you make for the most part, right?
Boy. All right.
So all you really have to figure out is how do you want to make that call? Do you want to use like the built-in XHR capabilities of JavaScript, or do you want to pull in a library to make that stuff a little bit easier?
What libraries are you thinking about?
Well, for like simple AJAX calls, a lot of people go to jQuery. But
Yeah.
if you Google like AJAX libraries, you could probably get a quick look at like the top 3. It shouldn't make a big difference.
Cool, decent.
Did they add something for this to like ES6 or whatever? I haven't really kept up with JavaScript.
That's a good question.
All right, I'm dubbing this project FOMO tracker.
They have the fetch API. Yeah, we could go with that.
Would you rather use fetch than jQuery?
Yeah. Well, in terms of just getting something on screen really fast, let's just go with this. And worst case scenario, we can always, bring in jQuery later.
All right.
Then because this fetch API is like, it's already promise based, so it's pretty easy to work with.
Okay. All right. You make another index.
So just replace the URL there for starters.
Whatever. Hate you, IntelliSense. It's really not IntelliSense's fault. It's really my fault for being a bad developer and not memorizing things. To be honest with you, but all right. What were you saying? Replace what URL? Where? Talking about in fetch?
Zoom chat. Yes, sir. See that basic fetch request at the bottom?
Let me see. Let's look. Yes. I see it. Okay. All right. And we want to replace this with Binance's URL. Right.
Yeah, because we wanna just make like a quick test call to fetch like what's the current price of DAI or something, right?
Where is this fetch function? Is this a part of where is this fetch function coming from?
It's a standard basically in like the JavaScript environment, right?
Okay.
So it's like built in.
Okay. All right. Just wondering. I've never used that before. Okay. I want. Where'd my other tab go? Here we go. We want to put. You know what? Let me see 1 second. This should be the right URL. And I just like shove it in a var. Work.
So you don't actually get data back synchronously from that fetch call. See how you have that then line?
Yes, then response.JSON.
Right, and then it says console.log data. So that fetch is going to execute and return pretty much immediately. And then the promise chain is set up so that at some point in the future, when JavaScript receives that HTTP response from Binance, then it's going to call, it's basically going to run your callback, which is that console.log and the JSON conversion, that thing, in a series, like A to B to C to D. So if you just run fetch on api.binance.com, that's probably not a real endpoint. So you want to specify the specific API that you want to hit, right? Which is what they had in their documentation there, like all these different endpoints.
You just grabbed it. I thought that was it though. But, oh, you did the wrong thing. All right.
Yeah, where was that big README file you were looking at?
I think I'm one of the other ones. Let me see. It was a GitHub. Let's see. Okay.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. So if you scroll down to like where it had market info or market whatever,
Market
like so if you
endpoints.
take, yeah, so if you scroll down to where it had price ticker, under market endpoints, yeah. So if you click on that, you'll see where it says get/API/v3/ticker/price. So you wanna throw that at the end of that Binance API domain so that it knows what data we want.
I just put API.binance.com.
Yeah. Yeah, because basically all of those Binance APIs are probably callable from some path at that domain.
All right, let's see. Here we go.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, look at that. Where'd that come from?
It's a size 1297. All right, let's look at this.
Oh, snap. That was easy.
Yeah, that was super easy to look out. All right, great. We got data. All right, so let's see. Let's unpack some of these. Okay, so I guess what is this 0 through 99? Are these just all separate? Okay, ETH BTC. That's crazy. It starts with ETH BTC, LTC. It starts with Ethereum. It must be a sign. All right, BNB BTC. Neo BTC. All right, nice.
What is
nice,
gas
nice.
BTC?
I have no idea.
Do you see that? GAS,
Where?
right?
Oh, 9.
Right there, yeah. What is that?
Let's find it.
What's gas?
The
I'm feeling gassy.
the gas price.
What does that even mean, though?
Have you ever heard of? You guys heard of this asset?
No.
I have not. Man, 8 cents, 8.5 cents. Let's get in on it, boys. That's random how that shows up like that. The fourth one. Or with console. Here we go, baby. Boom.
Oh, it was way more than 8 cents to transfer on Ethereum right now.
Maybe it's a token for gas fees.
Dude, I think it's just an ERC20 token that's just called gas because they felt like calling it that. There's a white.
Oh wow, this is literally just 1,297 separate tickers is what this is.
Yeah.
There's no other.
Well, yeah, and that's what it said is like if you don't pass a symbol, it just gives you everything.
Right. Okay. Literally gives you everything that it has. on Binance. Does Binance have access to all 1,200 of these assets, or what?
I don't know. Because like you know on Coinbase how you can check like the price of something, but that doesn't mean that you can buy it on Coinbase.
Right. Okay. All right. Let me do this real quick. Let's see if I can get some stuff to display on the web page. So what I'll do is I'll just put button. All right, and I'll say click here or this is okay. Should probably fix this ugly L we have right here. All right, we'll say D equals in.
I like it.
It's a great idea, isn't it? All right. Function. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna need this. Make it super simple. Click equals function get Binance fees. How do you feel about that function name? It's a good one.
Solid. I like it.
Right.
It would pass my code review.
Yes. All right. All right, and then let's how should I display this? I want to click the button, and then I want the
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just do this. Just say why don't we just return data equals that, and then let's do inside the body. Let's do. Somebody's got some feedback, I think, coming from their mic or something. Okay, let's see. What should I put this in?
What's it gonna be?
Any idea? Should I put this all in the H1? How's that gonna look with all this?
It's gonna be huge, mate.
It's gonna be huge. All right.
Why don't you in the then callback? Why don't you just like do a for loop over every? Because data is an array, right? So you could do a for loop for like every item, and then just inject or like append like a little paragraph or div or something that has like symbol price or something like that, right? So you could you could just add in the brackets and just replace that. Just throw some brackets in there to do multi-line
for each element in the array of each. Where is this? Okay, hold on, wait a second. Is data an array?
Yeah.
Okay. Lovely.
Yeah, you could name it like prices or something if you wanted to. If it's more clear.
What's wrong with my what's going on here?
You need like curly brackets after that arrow.
Did it undo it?
Yeah, so like line 21 and 28, you want like an open close curly bracket.
It didn't. Wasn't there one there? Did I undo it?
Maybe it went away. I don't know. Yeah, and then you need one after the arrow. Beautiful.
It's ugly.
Hold
on. Take a step back. All right. Let's see. So we know it's data. For each. All right. It auto-generated it. So why? Maybe is this because I know why. It's not gonna like that. There you go. Boom, baby. All right.
Nailed it.
And now, we just want to do data. What are we doing with this one? Putting it in H1 or?
So what are you iterating over? You're iterating over data, right?
Yes.
Is that the way that you write that? Like, what's array? Isn't that data?
Yeah, that is. You're right.
Okay.
Oopsie. Oopsie.
Okay, so
Okay.
then, well, then you don't need, because for each doesn't give you an index, right? It gives you an element, I guess, maybe.
I mean, it's basically the index, right?
Not really.
Element. At least it's the element in Java.
What's that?
It gives you the element in Java. I'm not sure about JavaScript.
Yeah, I always use map for that kind of thing.
I couldn't hear you. Nick. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. You use map when you want to iterate over an array.
Yeah.
Would you rather call it prices, Michael?
I mean, if later on, you know, you're like doing stuff with this array and whatnot, it's just handy to remember what it actually is. Yeah. No. So you can replace that for each completely, right? So like map. Yeah, because map is a method on like arrays in JavaScript, and it's just basically run this function once for every element in the array and make that element the argument to the function, right?
Now I see why Nick was asking what he just asked. Okay, and then what are we?
You give it a function, right?
Yep.
So this price argument should be a object with like, I think 2 fields on it, like a symbol field and a price field or something like that.
And if we don't do that, what will it spit out?
If we don't do what?
Give it 2 fields.
Well, no. So I'm just saying the data that Binance sends you back. So remember we looked at that array that it printed in console, and when you like expanded some of those elements, they had a couple fields in them, right? In yes. Console. Yes. So what were those field names? It would say in the GitHub README.
Yeah, it was like
Do we still have the JSON? Can we just pull up the object they sent us back?
I guess we could do that, right?
Yep. But it's symbol and price, right?
Yeah.
So what you want to do inside of that callback, I guess, is read the dot symbol and the dot price out of your argument, and then make like a little HTML string or something and stick it in the body.
All right, hold on. This map function. Can you explain what the map function is doing again?
Yeah, it's basically an easy way of telling JavaScript, I want to run a function and I want to run it once for every item in this collection.
And then I want to be able to iterate through it though?
Yeah. Okay. It's just like a for loop.
Okay.
You know how when you write a for loop, you track an index, and then when you want to talk about the element at that index, you just use that variable, that I variable. So It's the same thing, only you can skip the whole index bit. You just get the element back.
Okay. So tell me, how is the syntax that I should be doing this?
You're using exactly the same as for each, so it can be a little confusing.
Yeah. So Josh, if you hit enter and just give yourself some space in that callback that you're writing. Yep. So you can do anything you want in here with that object. So we know that maybe price isn't the best name because price is actually a field on that object. You could call it something else. I don't know.
That's okay. We can call it price.
Yeah, but you have price dot symbol and price dot price, and they're both strings.
Let's call it just do an item, dude. Change
Yeah.
this later.
Yeah.
Prices. Then we want item dot SYMVOL. Okay. Now we got to decide what to do with these. We should just concatenate them to we don't have jQuery, so I can't just say jQuery add this element. So what's the fastest way to do that without having to type in like?
Isn't it just .add?
I mean, yeah, you could construct the entire like HTML string if you wanted to. Otherwise, like if you have a reference to body, you could do like body.add element or something.
Whatever. Let's just do the ugly thing. It's going to be dot value.
Yeah, I think in this context is value. I thought you were adding something to the array.
Something along the lines of like this. All right, something like that. Let me see. Now I need to make ones. Let's see. H1. What do we call it? This is going to be for, what is this? Price. Can you guys hear that outside of my house?
I don't hear anything.
Yeah, I can only hear your voice.
Okay, good. All right. I don't understand this documentation with for Mozilla for this guy, this create element.
Okay, let me see.
Let me paste this right here. All right, so see, let element equal document.create element tag name, comma options tag name. Okay, so the literal tag name is going to say H1.
Yeah. Yeah, you could do H1.
Okay. What are these options for? Like attributes? Let's see. Options. An optional elements create option object containing some property is value to its defined. Let me see an example here. Okay.
I don't understand the options bit here, but I know the tag name needs to be a string.
Okay. Does it need to be a string?
So like what you could do is you could so you could like create this element in a variable and then set its text and then append the element to, you know, your price heading or like append it to body, some existing element.
Well, this be H1 too. Alrighty. Should do this. Should do this. There you go. You stay right there. You behave over there. Okay. And then what we want to do is get rid of this. Item note symbol and then item note price. Right. Price. All right. Now we just want to concatenate. We just want to give those elements these values. Yes. So let's do that. Can I just say element 2? Can I just say inner HTML? Inner. Inner HTML. What time are we at, guys? Check out the time real quick.
Hour 20.
Let's run this. An hour 20? Are you serious? No way.
That's what it says.
That
But
can't be
maybe
right.
that was since the Zoom started.
Have you seen that? Let me check
It says 40 minutes.
Okay.
Check
40 minutes.
Alrighty. All right. Does anyone want to click the button?
You want to
afraid
get
to
rid
do
of your comma, I think. I don't know if it might give you trouble. We have just because those are just statements, right? So you could just use semicolon there.
Do you have to use semicolons in JavaScript though?
I don't
Well,
have to,
I
but,
do.
So then, is this map? Is this not producing? Are we technically
So-
not producing an object inside of here?
Yeah, because basically you allocated element and element 2 outside of that loop, and then you're just updating its text inside of the map calls. But it's important to note that your element and element 2, you haven't added those to the DOM yet, so they're not visible. Because when you call document.createElement, I don't know if that actually adds the element to the DOM anywhere because you didn't tell it where to go.
How do we tell it where to go? Oh, we
So-
gotta go back to, let's go back
Yeah,
to the,
so like you
documentation.
usually have to create it and then like inject it where you want it in the tree.
Or append it after something else? Or
Yeah,
append-
Yeah, you can say append child. Let's see, like, just append child. You did that append child. All right.
Can you just do like body.append? Like you can't reference body in the document.
you could
Or
say
else
you could do like document.body.append child. Like that would be valid.
And then we can do here what we're adding a div to add things to.
Then
But here's the thing, like Josh, if you get like, let's say you got 10 like prices back from Binance and you want a list of all 10, you would want to allocate element and element 2 inside of your map function instead of just once, right? Because
Yeah,
otherwise it would be like updating the same string variable over and over and over, and you're only going to see the last one set on screen.
yeah. So we're gonna have to do. We should put both these inside of the map.
in the map.
Yeah, if you're trying to build out basically like a list of all of them.
It's gonna have to. So, if it has the same name, element 1 and element 2, how is it gonna build each single one though every time?
Well, every time that map callback runs, it's like a new function. So there's nothing
That
to
name will be
collide
freed
with.
up? Okay.
Yeah, it's just like entering the same function again.
You sure that's gonna work?
Because all that stuff is local to the map function that you're giving, or the function that you're passing to map. It's just a
All right.
closure.
All right.
So the
then,
last step here is just to append child.
Yeah, but we should append child for the symbol on this one, and then append child for this one, the previous one. All right.
Say that
Append
again.
them to the same thing. If you append them in the right order to the tracker, I think it should do the same thing.
Yeah, we can do that too. Let me do this. Right here. Let me do this. get element by ID. Let's get fall to sleep over here. Tracker. We'll say tracker. All right, and then we can say get rid of the space because that's hurting my eyes. All right, tracker dot append child. Appendeth thine child tracker. Tracker. I want your child to be. Element. All right, and then I want. Then can I just do element? That's what I was saying. Element dot append child to element 2.
Yeah.
End element 2 to element.
Let's hit that button.
Let's do it.
Wait, so you're you're basically making element 2 a child of element?
Yeah. So it's underneath it. Right?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Push the button.
yeah, just push the button. Do what Nick says.
All right, let's do it. Let's push the button. Here we go. Moment of truth here. Wowzer is undefined. Did we spell price wrong?
Yeah, we're still.
Okay,
Awesome.
all right, let's do it.
We
All
don't
right,
know
let's-
where the market is right now. We have no idea.
It's undefined.
It's
on Binance,
undefined.
man. Funds are safe. Dude.
It rolled over max int and now it's undefined.
Don't worry, guys. We can figure this out. All right, let's see. I don't see a price on here in the response. Do you price change?
I think you're looking at a different one.
Yeah,
Last price. Where was I at?
I think
That
you
one,
want to
Okay. Yeah.
price.
Wait, we're doing a response at a time and a price. Do we have one where it is just the? All right, let's see.
The call you made was ticker/price.
Did I? Prices. No, sorry. Where am I? Yeah, prices, not
okay.
price. That's right. Fat fingered it. Just kidding. I
Take two.
probably sold the prices. All right, ready, set, go. Boom.
Damn.
Did it. All right, great. We can all retire. All right, you want to let's roll through these, make sure these are right. Wait, how is one? Oh, you know why? Because this is Ethereum's price based off of Bitcoin, and this is Lycon's. Okay, can we not get USD? Let's look. Let's see.
Get USDC.
USDT.
Let's see. I want BTC relevant to USDC.
You got E.
Yes, USDT. All right, there we go. All right, boom.
Close enough.
Close enough. ETH USDT. All right.
That looks about right.
Can I do like a link expression in here real quick, really, where we can say where
You can just do an if statement. To
Yeah.
Just filter out
let's do it.
all the ones that contain USDT or USDC.
Yep. All right, where is it looping here? If item dot what is it? Symbol
Triple equals.
US. How do we have it last name? USD, BTC, USDC. Me too. The USDC. Alright, well then this is gonna filter all the mat except for those, but
I believe only one would show up.
yeah, this is only gonna show one now.
Well, if you only want one pair, you can just put it in the URL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You gotta fix your equality operator.
Yeah, your condition.
Oh yeah, duh.
Is that right? Yeah.
Duh. All right.
What is the difference between two equal signs and
Up.
three equal signs anyway?
What's that, Nick?
Between 2 and what?
2 and 3 equal signs in JavaScript.
They're the
Well,
same.
No, 2. So
Right.
basically, the difference is that if you do 3 equal signs, it's saying they're equal, but they're also of the same type, and so it will ignore like the auto casting. So if you have a like variable A is 0 and variable B is false, and you want to make sure that you're comparing two things that aren't a number and a boolean, you could use the triple equal sign, and that's what it would basically do for you.
Okay. Okay.
He also works well with numbers too, or strings actually.
Mhm.
'Cause sometimes he'll
Yeah.
just treat it as a string literal rather than just a string type. So right
'Cause
now
otherwise-
it's saying that it's equal to string of some sort, which is always equates to true.
Give me another one. Give me another one, guys. Give me another one. Another one. All right. So
USDC.
let's do the big three. Let's do the B and Doge symbol. Let's do LTC, USDC, or what's the symbol dot? Sorry, I'm losing it, dude. I need to go to fucking sleep. Jesus Christ! I already cursed. There we go. Stream through and demonetized forever. Is it DOGE?
Yeah.
USDC. Boom. We get the big four, top four, baby. Lovely. Great. Republic of Awesome, would you like to request a specific asset to view? Let's do B&B. Let's do B&B too. That seems to be hot right now. Item dot symbol. And B USDC. All right. Okay. All right, cool. Lovely. So let us do this. Let us see where we left off at. All right. To reiterate where we started, even though my brain is mush. So we linked up to an endpoint on the Binance API, okay, and we just spit out several assets using the map function, and all we did was put them into separate elements. So, all right, so now we know that we already know how to get this data to the front end, okay, and from here, we should probably work on the skeleton and the construction of like the output onto the screen first, right? So let's do that next, and then we can get to the styling. Sound good?
Yeah, because it would be good to know like how we expect a user to actually use this, especially if we want them to be able to like specify specific symbols that they want to get the price of on demand, like how they would enter that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously, we could just take input from the user and then just like use logic to filter with the user's input, right?
Yeah, but like Nick said, like it's good to get all of the prices in one go just to kind of play around with. But once we know this, like that it's working, it would be better to just make a call.
Uh-oh. Michael went out.
Yeah,
RIP,
just-
baby.
It would be better to make a call at like /ticker/price that just specifies one or just like a handful of symbols, right?
Yeah, because we're pulling down like 2,000 prices right now, and we're only using 5 of them.
We're pulling down quite a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So you could probably take like the 5 strings and just like stuff them into the URL for the call or something.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's like question mark symbol equal LTC USDC.
We'll do that. We'll do that when we get back. I'm making a note again to where we left off. All right. So next, what we're gonna do. Okay. Next, we're going to structure the. Will display data. That's probably going to take like a long enough time in of itself before even getting to styling. And then I guess also properly filter the data. All right, properly filter the data. Anything else? Any other notes we should put that so we don't forget? Nothing. Not a. One candles too. All right. The bit rate on the stream is really low, so we're just gonna kill it right there, and we'll be back. Hello, Chris. Chris, hello and goodbye. Good night, gentlemen.
Thank you and
All
good
right.
night.
I ended the